Good morning, welcome to
Family Math number 121D.
Family Math number 121D. In the movie yesterday, what we did is we talked about and reminded you about how we found the volume for some of our lower dimensional spheres, like circles and 3D spheres.
Yeah.
And what we did is we chopped it up into slices, and we knew how to find the volume of those slices because they were lower dimensional, right?
For the slices for the four-dimensional ones, they're going to be spheres.
That's right. For the slices for the four-dimensional one, they're going to be spheres. So we can't draw our four-dimensional sphere. We don't know how to do that. We don't even really know what it looks like.
Yeah.
But for our 3D sphere, here were the discs, right? And do we have our Tower of Noise thing laying around? Oh well, doesn't look like it. Too bad. But it would be the same, a similar picture for 4 dimensions, but the slices, just like you said, would be spheres. And in the last movie, we came up with this formula, and it just comes from our volume of the sphere formula, which says the volume of a sphere is 4/3 times pi times the radius cubed. So that's our slice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the volume of our 4-dimensional sphere, well, we see the pi, see the 4/3. This was our radius. That came from the Pythagorean theorem, right? Cubed. The reason I have to do a 2 here is we're just finding the volume of the top part of it. So the bottom part's the same. And then the thickness was 1/n when we used n slices. Okay, but we didn't know how to evaluate the sum, right?
So we're going to Wolfram Alpha.
We're going to go to Wolfram Alpha, and what I'm going to look at on Wolfram Alpha with you guys is this sum without the pi in it, because with the pi, it's going to multiply everything by 3.14, and it's going to be hard to know what that is. So whatever number we find on Wolfram Alpha,
We have to multiply it by pi.
we have to multiply it by pi. Okay? You ready to do that?
Let's go.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay, so here we are at Wolfram Alpha. And you can see that I've written in sum of twice, 4/3, and then I did the 1 over n out here. Well, that's what the 1/10 is. Times 1 minus I squared over n squared, which is 10 squared,
And that's
to the 3/2 power. Now, on the board, I had it the square root cubed. And you and I haven't talked about powers, but you and I have. So square roots cubed is to the 3/2 power. And then this just says sum it from I goes from 1 to 10.
Alright.
Okay? So when we do that, I use 10 slices on our 4-dimensional sphere. I get that the volume without the pi is 1.43. Now, do you recognize the number 1.43? Is that a familiar number?
No, not really.
No, okay,
It's not
so
like pi or e or anything.
Right, it's not like pi or e. So let's go to 100 and see if we start seeing a number that looks at all familiar. Oh, don't, careful with the camera. Oops, getting some updates. Okay, so now we got 1.557, or about 1.56 with 100 slices. Is that a number? Does that seem familiar?
No, that doesn't.
well, it's not pi.
No, it's definitely not pi.
We haven't really talked
Or
about
e or anything like that.
Okay, well maybe let's go to 1,000.
Yeah, let's
See if we start seeing a number that looks familiar. Okay, thinking. 1.56 or about 1.57. Anything yet?
No, don't see anything.
Well, let's go to 10,000, because that's the biggest that Wolfram Alpha can do on this.
And it'll take it a while, probably.
Thinking, and oh,
There it is.
about 1.57.
I'm not really sure.
1.57.
Does that ring a bell or anything?
Well, think for a little bit. 1.57.
Well,
You're not always going to get numbers that are exactly what you've seen before. Can you tell me anything about 1.57?
Well, it's about half of pi.
How did you figure that out?
Well, pi is pi is about 3, and 3 halves is 1.5.
Okay.
So
what's 1.57 times 2?
1.57, oh, that's 3.14.
Oh.
So it looks like it's half of pi.
Huh.
Wow.
Well, we seem to be getting a number that's about half of pi.
Wow.
But what do we have to do to this number to find the volume of the 4D sphere?
I have to multiply it by pi.
So it's pi over 2 times pi, which is pi squared over 2. So the volume of a 4-dimensional sphere with radius 1 is pi squared over 2.
Interesting.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
We figured it out.
We figured it out. And the volume of a 4-dimensional sphere with any radius is pi squared over 2 times that radius to the 4th power.
Yeah.
Nice. We figured it out.
How cool is that? All right. Good job, guys. One last wrap-up video tomorrow, okay?
All right. Yep.